Good morning.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing this wonderful morning?
I am doing super. I'm actually superb.
Wow, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful year. It's coming to an end. Chris imekuja. At least kule mandazi. And we start budgeting for the Christmas clothes. By the way, in the East they call me Dollar, in the West they call me Burning, but my name is Burning Dollar, Mr. 045. I'm a pioneza nita Emmanuel King, the king of Nyanza, of course. Yeah, it's a beautiful Tuesday. It's actually rainy, weather for two. So hapa ndo unasikia the sweetness of having money, not having to wake up, the sweetness of having a beautiful wife by your side, if you happen to have one. But again, if you happen to wake up with kahawa, but it's a beautiful day, by the way. Namuache stop the femicide cases, by the way, until you have a beautiful wife onto your side. Kuna mtu sahi ameamshwa tu mahali anapikiwa kahawa, kachai. Kuna wenye hata hawajaamka. Women are just a beautiful thing.
You know?
You people are just a beautiful thing.
It's beautiful that, yeah, you know, that it's raining. You see, ending the weather for two, but it's beautiful and it's raining. And, well, when you're in the house, it's beautiful, but when you're outside, it might not be as beautiful because no one wants it to rain when you're going to work. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's a blessing. So what to, you know, in the agricultural sector, it's something. So, yeah, we thank God for rains. What is your highlight for the weekend?
Shida, actually. Why are you not all water? I'm actually all water. The suspect has been rained on. But umeingia hapa, I'm like, Steph, ulinunua gari, siri ni nini?
I am sorry. Pole.
Ama ni kuishi hapa kwa hostel ya KBC. Do they have actually hostels? I don't think so.
There's no hostel.
Yeah. Siri ni nini?
Nitafute kando tafadhali.
Tafuta kando. Ama kuna ni drop.
Anyway, how has your weekend been like?
My weekend was awesome. I went to a worship experience, just worshiped God. Indoors. It was beautiful. Nikafua. It was nice.
Umesema weekends ndio siku ya kufua. Kila mtu anasema ni Saturday ndio inaanga siku ya kufua.
Saturday ndio siku ya kufua, but if you have money, you will know weekend ni ya nini.
Okay. So okay. Now my highlights over the weekend was, apart from, I had a good time relaxing, because weekend is for relaxing. I mean, wow. Yeah, so I had a good time relaxing and having fun with family. But my highlight in what's happening in Kenya, political scenes and sites and whatever, ni what happened to what's currently happening, and it was in Murang'a where Rigiji had gone. Because I'm wondering, Allah, what's happening? What's happening? Because he went to a church now that Sunday. We also had the current deputy president going to a church, and people were comparing the views. Some people are comparing the views online, people who are watching the deputy president and who are watching the former deputy president. So that was something, because the former deputy president had around 11K at some point, while the current deputy president had around 200 and, I don't know, 80 something.
Wow.
You know, so that was something.
That's something actually.
And then at Murang'a Stadium, where the president, was addressing the people, it was packed, and you wondered, like, you'd think that's the president, you know. It speaks a lot. And what the deputy president quoted, akasema ati, no, he said a lot of things, but part of the things he said, let me just get it. And he's one of the people who are trending Y254 Online, among many others that are trending. So what he said, let me just get it, to quote him, why is it just gone when I need it? Just when I need it. So basically, he says that alisema mlima isiguzwe na imeguzwa. Now they're seeing the consequences of their actions.
Touching the mlima,
yeah, of touching it. And he was basing it on what happened in Murang'a, and the other time in Embu. You know, when the president, the deputy president, all of them were together, the former president. So that was Embu, and then now what happened in Murang'a now, I believe it was when there was a funeral And then the president and the deputy president had sent their speeches to be read. And while the speech of the deputy president was being read, people started booing,
Wow,
and it
yeah.
had to be cut short. So they gave the family to, to read it. And even for the president, the governor also just gave it out before reading it out because he read the room. So that's what's happening. But not just that, pia Moses Kuria alienda kuongea kidogo. Katikati ya kuongea, he was not talking what people wanted to hear, or it didn't make sense. So people now have low intolerance for
Anyone
something.
in the government, actually.
Yeah. So wakaanza kuimba wimbo za Golden Bells, and literally I think that was, if it was me, bwana, I don't know what I would do. Because what are people saying? But
And you were there busy with your speech, you drafted it the whole night.
And these are your people. I think to make matters worse, because, these are your people. Now you people...
No. Okay, to be honest, the current deputy president is not the Murima people, is the president's person. The people elected Rigiji, and the difference now comes in between there. They elected him. The Murima people said, we want tunataka huyu. And but then maybe the principal of the school decided to choose the deputy, ye mwenyewe. It's uni mtu wa principal, si mtu wa wanafunzi.
So yeah. It's different. But even for Moses Korea, these are his people. Yeah?
They voted for him.
Yeah.
No, they rooted for him being
a CS. Yeah. You support your people, but it's like people have changed tunes. I think to some extent people are tired or are feeling frustrated. Some people are feeling frustrated, and it's not about... Because it's easy to say that Rigiji ni mtu wao because ni mtu wa Murima, but we also say Moses Kuria ni mtu wao, ni mtu wa Murima, yeah. But they have booed him. They kind of halted his speech. So what does that really say? Maybe it's not about wewe ni wa Murima, but it's about wewe being in government because people are feeling frustrated with people
with the government.
In government.
Yeah.
And to some extent, just before I throw it to you, I feel like, I don't know, like Rigiji has taken advantage of this. Anyone would, it's a good time.
Yeah.
So now he has the kind of sympathy from people. He got that sympathy. And you can, from his speech, alikuwa anasema, I'm the one why I was removed from government. It's because it was not for the Adani deal. I'm the only person who could tell the president the truth. And we don't know all that. That's from Rigiji. You can't really ascertain that that's the case, but even CSS, for things that they wanted to say that are not good, but they could not speak directly to the president, walikuwa anaambia Rigiji ambie president. So anasema alitolewa kwa sababu he used to speak what people could not speak to the president, and all that. So akasema, now people are seeing the true color of the president. He came in with the church, the Bible, but now people have seen his true colors. So he's really taken that narrative, and I think it's going well for him because you could see the kind of support he is, attracting to his side. I'm like, you know your game. We did not know your game, brother.
No, but he's actually a beneficiary of being at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. You see, when he was in government, people didn't actually love him that much until the impeachment. That's now when people really loved him. Mm-hmm. And I was very surprised when his life was threatened. He was almost like, I just want to live my life, tell the president to leave me alone. Mm-hmm. But right now, suddenly, ever since the church spoke, the Adani deal was over. Again, he has come back. Actually, Nilionata, today he will speak. Today he's expected to speak and say his stand, his next plan.
He actually said in January.
Oh, in January. Yeah, in January is set to say his next plan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I don't know maybe, but he was impeached. They can't go back to politics.
So he might not be able to vie for, the political seats, but he can be a kingpin and he can decide who goes. Because what he said, I wish I could get that particular quote, just to quote him. I don't know if you have it. he said he will do what? He will announce the stance of the Mount Kenya, how they will go, who they will vote for. Okay, not exactly who they will vote for, but he will basically say the stance of Mount Kenya. So I'm guessing what I'm getting from that is that because he has now he's being seen as the kingpin. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just from the kind of responses he's getting, he's popular. He's very popular in Mount Kenya. So he might be at a good position to form a party, because he can form a party, I believe.
But you see, 2027 is quite fun. In Kenya right now, vitu ni mingi. He might be trending right now. Tomorrow, we have forgotten about Rigiji.
No, but if he maintains the same momentum, then he will still have the people. So that's why he's keeping people. I think, I think it's be a part of just PR and whatnot, because ameshapatana na watu ambia January mongoje. So everyone will be waiting. Itakuwa aje? What is the direction and that sort of thing. Yeah, so just seeing on his Twitter handle some hours ago, he's saying, "Thank you, Murang'a people. I appreciate your love." Just thanking the people from Murang'a, and you can see the photos, and woof, it's a whole crowd. And then the other one says, "Mount Kenya Festival, the peace concert at Ihura Stadium was a great thriller." So it was a peace concert. And then, "Thank you for your warm welcome. Thank you to the great people of Murang'a, and a great warmth to the organizers." And then someone just still on X says, "This is organic crowd welcoming Rigathi in Murang'a." And maybe I can't read the others because I do not have a lawyer. But, and I don't want to be...
But I believe of all the politicians that I've seen, I stand to be corrected, Rigathi is bringing more of the tribalism vibe, more of the Amakikuyu, you are this tribe. Yeah, because actually, even up to now, he's still sticking to the Murima. Mm-hmm. And actually, to be honest, I don't love that about him, because if we continue doing so, and imagine if someone just woke up from Nyanza or from maybe Luo or Kisi and started saying the Nyanza people, then we will go back to where we were in 2007.
Yeah,
I believe as much as he can be an opposition, like the way Jeremiah Kioni said, he called them together and said that they should come together and form an opposition. Actually even said that people like Matiang'i should come together with Jeremiah Kioni, Akina Gachagua, and form an opposition to make sure that Kenya is taken forward. Mm-hmm. So I believe that if he really wants to help Kenya and is done with the politics, of course he can't go to office, he should then come join the opposition, join the Akina Jeremiah Kioni, the likes of Opiyo Omtata, and maybe drive Kenya forward. But I believe, again, on the other hand, more of the things that we are going on as a country in past. In the Bible they say that our forefathers sinned, we are bearing the iniquities. Mm-hmm. Like babu zetu walitendanga dhambi, ni sisi tunalipia. In Kenya right now where we are, as much as people loved the Kibaki presidency, that's where everything started. The borrowing of the money, and of course hizo madeni lazima zilipwe. The country needs to run, the country needs more money. Uhuru came in, Uhuru took money. Mm-hmm. So by the time now President Ruto is coming to office, we have a lot of debts. Yeah, but of course it doesn't justify the high taxes and the Adani deals, because I was very surprised. As Kenyans, we were saying we don't want Adani from way back, way back.
Yeah.
But it didn't do anything. But immediately the US found something said that Adani is corrupt. Then Adani was withdrawn from the government, from Kenya. The deals, Ketraco, Airport, JKIA. So it makes me wonder, did he really listen to the bishops, or did he receive a phone call from maybe the white man? And I saw Kenyans being very happy. Is it us, or is it?
I think Now, even from what Rigiji himself said, so what Rigiji said during his speech in regards to Adani deal, he said, you see, the president, he advised the president against Adani deal, but he still, because it was, he said it was about corruption and,
But this
and
Rigiji
all
never
that.
came,
But
he
now,
never came forward.
But now what he's saying is that the president dropped the deal not because it was his will to do so or because of Kenya, but he's saying it's because the founder, CEO, was indicted in the US, and that's why he dropped it. So it would still be on if it were not that he was found guilty.
So meaning we are still colonized by the white man mentally.
In the US. So to a great extent, when you see it, if they have a bad relation in the US, then that affects our relation with
But he said it's a reputable company.
No,
it has done a lot of maendeleo.
That's the thing until it was
US ikasema no.
US ikasema hapana. So that's also a problem that we see with the government, because now the people were saying it, we had receipts online, but they were still insisting on the same thing. So we are left to wonder how much more do you need as evidence for you to listen to the people and that kind of a thing. Would we need intervention, such kind of intervention that we might not get every other time? And it's not really an intervention. It was just a red flag that was highlighted by a superpower country, So
and actually, about the red flag, if he really believes that this was the best thing for Ketraco, for Adani, will you mind what people will say? Someone outside the country, if he didn't mind what Kenyans we said, will you mind someone way outside the country? As much as it's a superpower country, but it doesn't mean that the way US he said that the CEO is corrupt. How many countries have wamemaliza the agreements with the Adani deal? None, maybe. Maybe Kenya is the only country that has terminated the contract. I don't know for sure, but why right now? Why right now? If he believes that it's a good thing for Kenyans, why again utoke to once, move away once, immediately US says something? Because
honestly, US has a great influence in Kenya. So they might just cut off Kenya on some things, maybe, because we are aligned to someone that they are not aligned to. And that's how it works, So because we are careful to maintain a good relationship with the US, then we have to follow that. And I've gotten the speech that I was looking for, the exact quotation from Rigiji and what he said about next year. So he was saying, I'm talking to people from all sectors. I'm talking to church leaders, business people, and leaders with brains. This coming January, I will tell Kenyans what we have agreed on and the way forward. There are two things we don't like: betrayal and lies. Next year, the political movement that will come out of Mount Kenya will make the 2002 movement look like a joke. That is Rigathi Gachagua. So he's saying there will be a political movement from Mount Kenya, and it will make the 2002 movement look like a joke. So that's how serious he is about it. So now we know it's a political movement, and for Mount Kenya, and as you've said, he really brings out the tribal factor. I think he's used that because that has been consistent in Kenya. Using the tribal card, the politicians use that, and you gain popularity and you gain power from your people. So that's what we are trying to move away from, especially the younger generation. But you'd see that the older generation still sing along to the same song. So I don't know. I'm really curious about how 2027 will look like. Because now there will be a mix of generations and all that. We will still vote on tribal lines, hopefully not, or will we vote for people who can actually work? Because actually, people have been tired.
After talking about 2027, I saw people like Matiang'i come in and say that they want Opiyo Mtata, Matiang'i. And talking about Matiang'i, I was a little 50-50. As much as is one of the great people that we have in this country, one of the people who really did some impact in 3 ministries in 10 years.
Yeah.
Ministry of Transport, of Education, in the interior, he really did a lot. But again, he's the same person who alikata court order instead of instead of kunini submitting, there's this person who he took out of the country during his regime.
Who?
He's an opposition. Anaitwaje? Miguna. Yeah.
Ah.
Instead of, there was a court order that Miguna was supposed to be arraigned in court, but instead he flew outside the country. So again, as much as is really someone who is against corruption, who really did a lot, but again is someone, during his time there was extrajudicial killing, during his time, Doyo Miguna kukata court order. Again, there is Opio Mtata on the other hand. Opio Mtata promised that if he get elected as the president, he will take people like the current president to egg. So 2027, something is really cooking, something. Again, there's Riggy with the Murima people. Yeah, a lot is coming up in 2027, and we never know. Maybe by then, President Ruto would have turned the table, as he said that he is in office for 2.5 years, 2.5 to go. And Riggy was the problem, so he has brought in some new power. So the remaining 2.5 years, you never know. Maybe by then, the economy in Kenya will be wow. Maybe by then, people will be like, hey, Ruto tena. You never know.
Yeah, it's interesting because in politics, a day in politics is 1,000 days, can be like 1,000 days. So you never know when the music changes and you dance to another beat without knowing. So, or, just some tricks here and there, and that's the political game. Yeah, and there are people who have, I think that's why we have political science. So, nikuashanga kitambo, watu wanafanya political science, wanafanya nini? Like, what exactly is it? But now they know the depths of politics, the science of politics, how they, it's interesting. Sisi tunakuanga tu, but once you get to know how people sort of get to us scientifically, they know your brain, and they know when they say this, that will sort of evoke your emotions, that will sort of align you to them. And it might be something similar to what we'll be talking about later on how to tell your brand story. Because I think even the politicians have it's their brand story that they're telling, but something that resonates with the people. So to some extent, maybe you can get a lot to understand how, they frame stories in a way that it shapes us and we are moved by it. Na tunajipata ala tulivote. Oh, tulivote hivi. Oh, kwa nini tena tulivote? So, but they know what they're doing. Example, the tribal factor. So, nini wetu, sisi tutafanya, sisi tumefanyiwa, that kind of a thing. We've had that from Murima, we've had that from Nyanza, we've had that from Eastern Kenya, and all that. But anyway, let's take a look at what's happening. Kwanza, before that, Manu, give us your handles once more.
It's burning_dollar.
Burning_dollar. Na hiyo ndo jina yako kwa social media ama you use?
Ni jina yangu kwa social media.
Zote.
Zote, but recently I'm thinking of Mr. 045 and leave the burning dollar.
Why?
Mr. 045, it's the code county for Kisii.
Uh-huh.
And I'm thinking of being the kingpin of Kisii, the next Murima of Kisii. But it's burning_dollar, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, sorry. Remember, we are here discussing and you are here.
Thinking of 2027.
Unatuma campaign. Sai umeanza campaign mapema. All right, so burning_dollar. It is my personal handle to Stephanie Ayeta, and your channel of importance is Y254 channel. The hashtag is Y in the morning, and we'll be sampling a few of the comments later on. But I want to take you through what People Daily has for us. Right on the front page before I hand it over to Manu as well. So it reads, the front page, Riggy G, that's Riggy G, says, my beef with Ruto on a Adani deal. And basically this is what we have been talking about since morning. That forms the main story. And then the other one is defiant president vows to continue church donations. Amesema hamutamzuia kutoa sadaka. Sadaka ni ya Mungu na hamutamzuia kutoa sadaka.
Hallelujah.
Saying. So yeah. So President William Ruto yesterday maintained he will continue raising funds for religious organizations days after the Catholic Church rejected and vowed to return his cash donation to to a city church. So that's where he was. And still, the front page, hardcore criminals behind spades of murders, robberies, and the others are on Health Planet, and the last one on sports. Beldine Odemba becomes FKF Premier League's second female tactician. Congratulations. So from this particular newspaper, the front page, there's this thing about the hard criminals behind spate of murders and robberies. I'm not sure what this particular paper has to say, and I'll just get to it. Yes. But in relations to that, I was listening in, I think it was a TikToker just the other day, talking of her experience, you know, in the city of Nairobi, and she's she drives her own car. Yeah. So she was coming from Donholm, headed to areas of Buruburu. And how she was explaining it, just close to a bridge, Bridge Yadoni for people who come from this side. And there was a guy who was coming in a shirt, and the guy had blood. It what looks like blood, just to be careful with what I'm saying. It wasn't blood, but it was something that looked like blood, and he was holding himself, looking at someone who's hurt, and you know, she almost thought the person was drunk for a bit, and then got a bit curious, worried of some sort, and then she slowed down, you know, because this person was coming towards her and all. So when she slowed down, this person threw himself down hapo kwa gari yake, hapo chini, the left side, akaanguka. So he threw himself down, and then he was like, "Ai, mbona huyu ameanguka?" But she didn't really think, because una contemplate, should I leave the car and check this person out? But something tells you, you know that feeling, itusemanga kitu iliniambia. Kitu huyo ni Mungu alimwambia. It's usually the Holy Spirit. Kitu tunasemanga, it's usually, you know, most times the Holy Spirit guiding us. So for her, she just swerved. Ako hata amemgonga or something. So she just swerved, akaendelea, because she was unsure. Aende, watu zafikiria amemgonga, hit and run. So she wasn't going too fast. Akaendelea tu kuenda. And then at the back was a matatu. So the matatu ilikuwa ikaanza kwasha lights, ile, you know, indicating like stop or something, just a communication. So this lady was like, "Oh no, this guy think nimegongo mtu." So because she didn't want stories than anything, akaenda akastop kwa the next stage. And when she stopped, the matatu guy came, the driver, akamwambia, "We uko na bahati." Like, do you know that that's what they do in this area? So they do that, what they pretend, and then you leave the car, and then it'll either be two things. So they will rob you of your car, mtu ataingia kwa gari aende. Ama she was saying of the scenarios that would happen. Ama utambua umegonga mtu, wakukujia wote, wakuchape. You could even be killed because of that, because they think you've hit someone and you know, we're not killed, because people will be able to tell if someone is dead or not. Yeah, true. But yeah, so they can even kill you there because of something you have not done. So you'd see the kind of evil that's happening. And then now, when she went to share the story, akirudi home, akambia the watchman, and the watchman was saying, kumbe wameanza na watu wa gari. They usually do it to you know, pedestrians, I don't know, from the bridge, people, they throw you down or something of that sort. So that's insecurity, and you wonder how that's going on in this country, and why in the world people would do that. Like, yes, watu wamesota.
You know, in Kenya, it's because of the high cost of living. People are unemployed.
No, it's and not an excuse.
Like where I come from Kawendani, so there's Githurai. It's not kind of a slum, but there's a lot of unemployed people there. So utapata those guys, they will just sit somewhere, they are unemployed. By the end of the day, they don't have anything. Go back to their mabati house somewhere next to a river. They need that, they need to eat, they need food. Au watu watashikana watu wawili watatu, they will go out at night, they will meet you around maybe 1 or 2. There's no one else kwa hiyo barabara. They will take that advantage, they will rob you because of the unemployed. And this is the time that I wonder, the kazi mitani, the hustler nation, the bottom up, where is it? Where is it? Because as much as they are, something that they are doing is not okay, it's very inhuman to rob someone. Until you are robbed, you will feel that pain. I've ever been robbed. Until you are robbed, you will feel that pain. It's not okay.
It's not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay.
So there's no excuse absolutely for robbing people.
Yeah.
When, this creativity that people have, when you come up with some
quick money,
the deceiving means of conning people or stealing from people, we use that same energy and the same creativity and come up with constructive solutions, innovative solutions, business solutions. You can do that.
Talking about conning people, I saw TikTokers, rich TikTokers, billionaires, they are starting to being found dead suddenly. Mtu ni tajiri, no accident, no disease, you're just found dead somewhere.
Why?
But it's because of this carding. They do carding, they steal from people, they do a lot of, they tell you it's forex, but
no.
Yeah, and they are being found dead. So you should stop. Don't love quick money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quick to the grave.
So yeah, let's not love quick money. You've said forex. Jackie started laughing.
I've not said not forex, but there is some. Wanajificha hapo ndani.
Yeah, forex.
Yeah, and do a lot of bad business.
So forex is a legit thing, but
yeah, forex is
you
very
need
legit.
to find the legit people who are dealing in forex. So that you're not.
Sorry, Jackie.
So
sorry.
that you're not going. No, you're very much in order, and yeah. So that's what's happening. And on this particular story, on Saturday, detectives arrested Paul Odhiambo, although alias Fazul Muhammad, who had on November 9th been captured on CCTV shooting a 25-year-old. I mean, why? So most armed robbers behind the recent killings and robberies have been involved in various similar crimes for long, casting doubt on the ability of security officers to conduct speedy investigations. So, and then now on Saturday that happened. The fatal shooting of Abdirahim Abdullahi Ibrahim was reported on California Police Station. The DCI arrested him in Kiambu slums, and it was later established that the suspect was linked to the fatal shooting of Constable David Mayaka of DCI Makadara in Mihango on August 8th last year. Imagine this person was just on the move from August 8th after shooting an official from DCI. I mean, how crazy is that? And now shooting this young person. It's quite unfortunate what people are doing, and we condemn it to the highest order. May justice be served, and I hope our security will heighten their vigilance, because we do not want this to happen, especially now that we are, campaigning against femicide. We want femicide to end. I saw this story and it was so heart-wrenching. It was so heartbreaking of this particular person who's big in a particular church.
Man of God.
I don't think he's a pastor, but he's those people.
He's among the clergy, the people who sit
he's
next to a
pastor.
pastor.
Hapo kwa hiyo front row, hapo
Wazee wa kanisa.
mbele. And it comes from a church. It's actually GCM church, because the information is out there. And there was, again, some time back, something controversial about the pastor himself, when he spoke about Vichy.
What's Vichy? Miss Vichy. Nichanue, please.
Vichy.
Wala is Vichy.
Nianzie wapi, guys. She's the ex was Steve Simple Boy. So that's how.
So it's a person.
It's oh my goodness. She's a celebrity, a permanent influencer. I don't know the difference, but she's up there. Mtafute pale Instagram. You'll find it. You'll find her. So alikuwa amemcriticize kidogo, and then now Pretty Vichy came and spoke about it. Akasema, oh, the church, how do you speak against da-da-da? And then they arranged a meeting. Pretty Vichy came with her manager. The pastor came, and then they found a middle ground. I don't know if she was given a job. I can't really remember what happened, but that was that. So ilikuwa online, da-da-da, trending. So now we are seeing someone who's close to the pastor or close to the clergy, someone who sits at the front row, who chopped the fingers of a lady. You know, it is so violent. You can't even fathom, you can't even think why, how someone would take a knife and start chopping a human being continuously. Like, it is, we condemn it to the highest order. It is evil. In fact, it is satanic. It is demonic. You know, it is I don't know, the lowest form of humanity. It is not even humane at all. And to think that this person has even been listening to the words, you know that not everyone in church is of God. And that's why unaambiwanga ukitafuta bibi ama bwana usifikiri ati mtu wa church si saint. You get people who, you know, devils in church because they have been sent there on a mission. So not everyone in church is of God, and that needs to be clear. But also you wonder what kind of tolerance the church has for evil, because you wouldn't say that this person just aka change to all of a sudden and then akamua, you know, he wants to kill a lady because it has to be a behavior that he's had, and it has to be some tolerance that the church has given him for him to be able to do that. And now he's on the run. I'm just praying that DCI gets the person.
Actually, I wouldn't say the church has given him tolerance. I will love to put the blame on this particular man. Maybe the CM is a wonderful church. Maybe the pastor is a really good man. Maybe the rest of the men there, they are good people. But I believe that men should learn to let go. Because I've watched these femicide cases, and most of them is issues of money. Like, for this pastor, the lady wanted to get out of the marriage, wanted some money that he had given to him. That brought the entire issue. So men should learn to let go. Ile ondokea to, like, you did your best for her. She never asked you. Maybe you bought her a car. You started a business for her. But that particular time you had money. If you decide she wants to go away, let her go. Move on to the next one. Killing her is not an option. Because I've watched those cases, and most of them, they involve people who have money, these rich guys. And it's everything, almost, okay, not all of them, but almost all of them, money is involved. So don't kill someone because of money. Life is more valuable than money. Yeah.
You can't really, you don't have the power to kill someone. You can vent, you can block that person, you can take away everything that they own, you know, that you've given them. But do not take someone's life, for crying out loud. You end up in jail. Your life is completely spoiled at the end of the day, because you will rot in prison if you do not die a terrible death yourself, you know. Because you never know. People have different stories, and you just might not know what kind of mob you might get, or what kind of wrath you might get. So let's end femicide, and we have just started the 16 days of campaign of ending gender abuse violence, and I know the conversation will be ongoing. Wednesday particularly, they have a conversation around that, but we'll also just keep it going. Let me throw it to you, Manu, to share with us what's happening on your side of the day.
So on my side of the day today, I have Taifa Leo. Actually, before I get Taifa Leo, there was this parent who went to take the kid from finishing Form 4 with a limo. A very white, luxurious limo, a very long limo. A nice limo, and I was like, wow, people really have money out here, and we are complaining, oh, economy, oh, Ruto. People have money, hiring a limo to just pick your son from Form 4. It's a beautiful thing. I hope the grades will reflect the limo.
You know, we hope so. We hope so. People have different styles. The pocket speaks differently.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. God give us money. The same way gave you a card. Tuache kujesheva.
Yes.
Yeah. So on the Taifa Leo, actually, I just love the Taifa Leo. So their headline is there, Pumzi Hafifu ya Raila 2027. So uko juu kabisa inaanza na mpango wa ODM kubaki hai Pwani. magavana Nasri, that's the governor of Mombasa, na Mugaro wakutana kuhusu uchaguzi ujao. And then we have here katika kurata ya 6 tuko na wakirejelea uchaguzi wa 2007 ambao Raila na Ruto na Mudavadi walishirikiana bila Kalonzo na Mlima Kenya. Wadadisi wasema Ruto atalazimika kutanua mabawa zaidi kisiasa ili kuhifadhi urais 2027. So the people who have done that politics science that you said have come up and they have said that in order for Ruto to win in 2027, despite having Baba, having the ODM in his pockets, he has to work hard in order to get the Murima people. It's like the Murima will determine if he will remain in office or not. And maybe his deputy, Abraham, is not doing really well right now. But he will do well by the time 2027 is there. So hapa chini tuko na nitazidi kuchangia kanisa, like you said, Ruto has said, and he gave money in Kericho. And then Mbadi aanza kusaka afua kwa wastaafu. They have started seeking advice from the people who use this docket of Mbadi. Abuni kamati la watu 18 ambao watakuwa wakimpatia mawaidha. And sheria tata dhidi ya IBC iko njiani. Mswada wa wakilishwa seneti kuzuia IBC kupeperusha matokeo moja kwa moja. So it's like they don't want IBC to be going live moja kwa moja. Like this is what you are continuing the counting the votes iko hivi na hivi. Yeah, so it has been put in Senate according to the Taifa Leo.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course under sports they have Liverpool. We are very sorry for the Liverpool people. Yeah, huenda ikawa yalikuwa
walichapwa ngapi?
It was at 4 with it was it Southampton? No, I don't know, but walipigwa 4 that I'm very sure of, and they have been losing.
Ow.
Recently, yeah. But they claim we have so many injuries. Oh, sijui nani. Oh, nani.
Well, clearly you're not for Liverpool. Uko timu gani? Ni Arsenal ama ni?
Yeah.
Watu wa Chelsea pia wanaongeanga.
Wewe wacha. This is our year.
The year has ended.
Yeah, this is our year. This is our year.
We will see what
that's what
you
we have in the Taifa Leo. But
okay.
Yeah, this is our year. And at least una pia Manu wali sana. Which team are you, Steph?
I am usually very neutral. I switch between Manu and Arsenal from time to time.
Try Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Everything is blue, the sky is blue.
I'm not quite sure about Chelsea. And I'll just read the last one before we take a break. On People Daily. So it's on Matters Health. So technology partnerships touted as key to cancer care. Kenya recording significant increase in cancer cases, with new figures showing more than 29,000 deaths a year. That's quite a huge number. So integrating technology into cancer care will improve outcomes for patients, stakeholders in the health sector. Stakeholders in the health sector have said, and the government is ready to leverage new technological innovations in managing the disease as it seeks to strengthen cancer care and reduce its high burden. So yeah, that's what's happening, and I think this is a great initiative because we have seen technology coming in and it's really doing the most in different sectors. Now to scan for cancer, it's easier. I know that KU, Kenyatta University Hospital, has a particular machine that makes it easy to scan for breast cancer. Is it scanning? I think it's treatment of breast cancer. And, as the technology continues to advance, then it will become easier to diagnose and even treat it so that we do not have an increase in the death cases of cancer. So I believe it's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, and I believe at least the government is really doing some good things, just that people don't put it out there. So at least, congratulations.
Right.
Yeah, at least the government is doing some good things. As much as we are really suffering, and as much as kuna the bad side of it, pia they are really trying on their end, And maybe before we wrap it up, let me leave you some exact words of Gachagua. I would like to ask President Ruto to take time and read the book of John 8:31. So John 8:31 says that if my people listen to my teachings and do as I have instructed them, so they will be my disciples.
Okay.
I didn't understand the verse.
Why is it directed to the president?
Yeah, it was the actual words of Mtu wa Murima, and he advised the president to read John 8:31.
Okay.
And it said, if my people read my word and listen to me, do as I have instructed them, then they will be my disciples.
Okay.
I didn't understand, maybe.
We will leave it to the
Yeah,
president.
it's to the president.
Decipher it.
Yeah, and out to you, read the word of God. Yeah, follow his commandments. Yeah, live a God-fearing life. Stop killing people. You will burn in hell.
You're talking to people who have...
People who are the femicide, people who are anything. If you are breaking any of the 10 commandments, God is coming to you. You will burn. You will burn.
So you have decided to leo umeamka na violence. But anyway, thank you very much, Banning Dola, for coming in.
Yeah.
Where can people find you on social media once again?
It's Banning_Dola. Yeah, Mr. 045, the king of Nyanza.
All right, you have said it. So we're going to take a short break. And then we'll be coming back with another interesting conversation, an interview. We're going to talk about how to tell your brand story. So you definitely want to be a part of this conversation. The hashtag, remember, is Y in the morning at Y254 channel. See you on the other side.